of the season.
Tremendous atmosphere inside Edition Financial Arena, and I know you're probably wondering which team is which. They got the same colors. Colorado in the black and gold. The Knights wearing the home white here tonight.
So is it safe to say that a black and gold team will win tonight?
I think so. And inside, safe to say Elijah Malone is going to try and get going early. 6'10" center gets the Buffaloes on the scoreboard. There's the 5 for the Knights. It's Ivy Curry, Darius Johnson, Keyshawn Hall, Dallin Coleman. Debo gets the start tonight. Mustafa Thom. It's important that he stays in the game. He has been in foul trouble as of late. They try and punch it down to him. Oh, an errant pass, and we're going the other way with it. This is Hammond who has it knocked away. And it will be UCF basketball. So Jalen Sellers, the 6'4" senior guard, going to come off the bench tonight. How do you like that decision?
Well, it looks right now, Drew, that he's not dressed to play. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. No official word on that, but just being a gamer, it doesn't look like he's going to play. Came back for his last 2 outings. One against Texas Tech, where he played limited minutes, and then sometime against Kansas. But it'll be interesting to see if Jalen Sellers actually gets minutes for this Knights team tonight.
So important. UCF gets off to the good start. Smith has it swatted away, and here come the Knights now. Tough take that time, and it comes off the rim into the hands of Hassan Joe, 6'8" sophomore, really playing well as of late for Colorado. And a take to the rim, and we're going to have a blocking foul.
And there you go. That's what you want to see if you're a Colorado fan. That'll please Coach Tad Boyle to see his senior guard being aggressive.
One of the most consistent coaches in college basketball, leading the Buffaloes. 6 NCAA tournaments on the other side. Johnny Dawkins, 158 career wins here on campus.
Yeah, well, and both these teams, right, obviously not off to the start that they wanted in Big 12 play, but neither of these guys lack experience. They've seen it all. I mean, obviously, Coach Tad Boyle in his 15 years, and then Johnny Dawkins throughout his time as an assistant at Duke with Coach K, his years at Stanford, and now UCF. They've been through these ups and downs with teams, right? Bad losses, poor victories, a variety of groups. So both of these teams are in good hands when it comes to working their way out of this slump.
UCF did have the huge road win at Texas Tech on New Year's Eve. So wins over Texas Tech and Texas A&M here this season thus far. Shuffle it out now to Keyshawn Hall. He'll fire away. He comes up short. Long pass now. Oh, led him perfectly, but unable to finish was Joe.
Yeah, I like to see Joe perceive that basketball and come to a nice 2-foot jump stop so he can get his balance underneath him right there, moving a little too fast at the rim.
Keyshawn Hall sizing things up. A 6'7" guard, likes to use his size, but lost it. And a little sloppy here in the opening minutes for UCF.
Yeah, Keyshawn Hall forcing it a little bit on the offensive end, and that's troubled him at times throughout the season. Terrific move, though, by Julian Hammond. All guards need that floater, right? You don't have to get all the way to the rim, but if you can get to a nice 6-7 foot spot, it's just such an easier shot for you as a smaller guard.
Now here's Johnson. Thom will take it from the free throw line.
It's not a lot of continuity for the Knights right now on the offensive end, right? We saw the Keyshawn Hall outside of Temple, and then right there, Mustafa Chambers off the dribble, mid-range shot. It's just not what Johnny Dawkins wants to see from his offense.
Hammond, little penetration, kicks it out. Wide open, Yakimovsky can't hit his first attempt. Darius Johnson's gonna try and get off the snide here.
Watch inside. We'll see Elijah Malone being defended by the smaller Keyshawn Hall. Yakimovsky doesn't see it, but the Buffs should move the ball around and go inside.
Joe, he was bumped, tosses it up, and not going to get the roll here, but he'll have 2 free throws.
And right now, you see the Buffaloes making a copycat league, right? We say that all the time. Teams are going to do what other teams did to have success against you, and I like the fact that Colorado is not settling for outside jump shots to start this game.
Basketball is all about confidence.
Absolutely.
You know that so well, BJ, and Anytime you have a performance like UCF did on Sunday, it can kind of linger in the head a little bit.
Well, I think the biggest thing is when you lose a game like that, you can't forget what happened to you, right? Sometimes people talk about, well, just flush it and move on. That doesn't help, all right? You got to be able to remember that pain that you felt from a loss like that, obviously losing by plus 50. You got to carry that with you. At the same time, you do have to move forward and realize today is the day to prove that you are a better team than you showed most recently.
This one comes up short once again, but UCF will be able to hang on to possession here. Still looking for their first field goal nearly 4 minutes in.
Well, right now, Colorado's doing a great job, both Hassan Joke and Elijah Malone, of making it difficult for the Knights at the rim to find easy finishes.
0 for 6 to start for the home Knights. Jordan Ivy Curry, he'll fire away from 3, not the shot. Knights are looking for Keyshawn Hall underneath. Tries to power it up amongst the trees. Now it's Johnson. He'll swing it out from the corner. This one in and out. Knights will have another attempt. Why not Johnson? And right now there is a lid on the bucket for UCF.
Interesting for Colorado is I was expecting a little bit of a better performance against Arizona State in their last matchup out. You know, really struggled shooting the ball from the outside. Only 3 of 24 behind the arc in that game.
Jordan Ivy Curry gets UCF on the scoreboard. It's 6-2.
And that's one of the more capable scorers for UCF, right? And he's another guy who just wasn't aggressive enough over the weekend, as we're going to have a travel right here against R.J. Smith. But Ivy Curry is one of those guys that can immediately heat up, Drew. I mean, when he receives the basketball, he's a threat at all 3 levels. So you like right here, defender in a drop, gets to a nice mid-range spot. That's good basketball, that's good action, and you like the fact that he was decisive in his decision-making.
Knights really need to just watch that ball go through the bucket. Ivy Curry again, this time from 10 feet out, banks it.
And see, the best thing about it, Drew, is that he's realizing the coverage that the Colorado bigs are going to play, and he's not settling for 3-point shots, right? He's getting into that 8 to 10 foot area, which is a much more high percentage look.
Now it's Hammond.
Great pass.
Lobs it up. Oh, Yotsus was there waiting for it. We've got a foul underneath.
Well, that's what you're going to do. If you're going against the Knights, if you're Colorado, when Rokas Yotsus checks into the game, you're going to put him in a ball screen and you're going to make him guard, right? Just plain and simple. The junior, right? You're going to put Yotsus, put him in a decision where he has to go and defend 2. Darius Johnson ends up trying to rotate down on Yotsus' man, actually picks up the foul. But see, anytime Yotsus is in the game, they're either going to work him out somehow, they're going to make him guard. It's just plain and simple. They're going to make Rokas Yotsus guard.
So the big Lithuanian whistled once again.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the challenge for him is he doesn't move his feet extremely well, right? His lateral movement isn't great. He's a very smart basketball player on the offensive end, but he just doesn't have the foot speed or the lateral movement right now to really guard some of these better, more agile players at this level of basketball.
Straight man-to-man here for UCF. Punch it down low now. Trevor Baskin. This one lobbed up. Little sloppy, and Colorado, no sense of where the shot clock was at. It's a shot clock violation.
Yeah, and that's a better defensive possession right there for UCF.
I think the big man may have heard you a little bit too there, BJ. Those feet were moving definitely
there we
on
go.
That defensive set. Look at the turnovers. Ivy Curry, he's feeling it. So right now it is Ivy Curry with 7, Colorado with 6.
Yeah, and just a terrific dribble handoff right there from Darius Johnson to allow the space for Jordan Ivy Curry to get that shot off. If you're Colorado, you've got to have an awareness on Jordan Ivy Curry. Terrific shot right there from Yakimowski. Hasn't been shooting it great from behind the arc throughout the season, but he's a guy that when you see him release the ball, Drew, it looks good off the hands, right? He's a better shooter than his percentage.
Oh, sloppy pass there. R.J. Smith with the great hands. He'll go coast to coast. That's an impressive player, known for his shooting. Just getting better and better. He missed most of last season with blood clots. They were thrilled to have him back in the lineup. Yeah,
and for Colorado, a team that can go through offensive slumps, that is how you create easy opportunities for yourself, as Darius Johnson's able to get into the body of Bangat Dak. But that's how you get yourself going. Offense, defense turning itself into offense. And then right here, I just like this action, right? See Darius Johnson playing in the paint. Julian Hammond can't go under that screen over a guy like Jordan Ivy Curry. And then right here, just terrific anticipation from R.J. Smith to create an offensive opportunity. Like I said, when you struggle to score sometimes like Colorado can, defense and creating turnovers get you those easy runouts, those easy transition baskets.
A couple subs here for the Knights as Benny Williams checks into the game. J.J. Taylor also. And Darius Johnson now at the line. Last time I was in this building, Johnson had 8 3-pointers in that big win over Milwaukee. Certainly a guy that can fill it up, but more importantly, really needs to take that leadership role this year when things get dicey. This one tapped out, and nearly having it was Johnson, but just couldn't secure the steal.
I mean, when you're talking about that leadership role, right, it's never going to be tested more now than it's never going to be tested more than it is now, right? Leadership is tested through adversity. Everybody can lead when you're winning. And, 4 or 5 game win streak, it's easy to come in the locker room and be the rah-rah guy. How are you now? How do you respond?
Steal by Johnson. Here he is. Used his body to shield the contact, and he's got 2. And I watch him play, BJ, and it reminds me of one guy, and he's sitting right next to me right now.
Well, I didn't cut the lanes on defense like this too much, so thanks for giving me that sort of love. But Darius Johnson definitely is a physical guard, has the ability to get out and create those opportunities with his speed, with his athleticism. I think he can impact the game even more defensively because he has that speed and that strength.
Look at the career numbers, Darius Johnson. I say that because nobody used their body to get position on defenders than you. You were such a master of that getting into the lane.
Yeah, it's just all about creating angles for yourself, right? If you're a 6'6" guard, you're not going to be able to go up and over people. You're going to have to use those angles to finish and create opportunities for yourself, right? Get into a big's body, not allow him to get all the way elevated. Just those little things that help smaller guards.
Press action now from the Knights. They get it up quickly. Caceres, nowhere to go with it, and it'll stay here with Colorado. So UCF recouping from the slow start here.
Yeah, and right there, Colorado's retaining the basketball, but if you're Caceres, you got to slow down a little bit. That's been one of Colorado's biggest issues all season long. They lead the Big 12 in turnovers, right? It's just really hard to win at a high level when you're committing, 14, 15 turns a game.
Stop and pop this time. And nice hands that time by Johnson. Ivy Curry now assessing things for UCF. 7 straight points for Jordan Ivy Curry, the 6'3" guard who has been a journeyman in college basketball. This is Thom now going to work on the block.
And now that's going to get him going, right? That gives a young freshman like him, a reclassified freshman, confidence, right? To see that ball go through the hoop.
Hammond swatted away. And Chum on the deck this time. So the big man hustling. We talked about him before this game, how important it is for UCF to have 52 on the floor tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, you can make a real case that he's UCF's most important player because they just don't have a lot of depth inside. That's a terrific job right there of just getting position to go up with the hook. And then once you start feeling good, now you start making plays on the defensive end, which is the strongest part of his game at this point in his young career.
7'2" out of the synagogue.
You see right now, Colorado switching up to a zone, but it doesn't matter if you're Jordan Ivy Curry, just let one go and knock it in.
He is feeling it, folks. 4-point lead for the Knights. Knights are on a 15-5 run since that slow start. As it's tapped now, playing defense from behind. UCF playing much better here with the student body back in session. This really the full week, first full week back in session with school, BJ, makes such a difference when the student section is full. Everybody back from the holidays.
It's just a better college basketball experience, right? All these arenas we go into, you get a rowdy student section, right? Now we like a classy rowdy, okay? We don't need none of that throwing cans and cups on the floor stuff, all right? Let's have a nice classy rowdy game, all right?
Three-point game here, approaching the midway point of the first half. Drew Felios, BJ Taylor, and our phenomenal crew here at University of Central Florida. Thrilled you're with us. The Big 12 on ESPN+. Ivy Curry gets his long rebound now, backs it out. The Knights will have another chance here. Threw it to nobody. Trevor Baskin able to pick it up. Colorado on the attack, and that's a pretty layup.
Trevor Baskin, one of the few guys who played extremely well out at Arizona State. 23 points in that game, really led the way out in Tempe. But you see right here, just a poor turnover from J.J. Taylor, a little bit out of control, and then nice finish out in transition for Trevor Baskin. A guy who, when you look at him, you're expecting, you know, a guy who's not as athletic as he is, but he actually is a guy who uses his body well, lanky guy, right? Pretty good in the open court.
Extra pass to the corner. J.J. Taylor waiting for it. Can't put it in, though. Trevor Baskin with the board. Baskin was a Division II All-American at Colorado Mesa. Got tremendous talent. Long shot here by Hammond, and he will drill it. Colorado in front once again.
Yeah, now that's a pleasant sight for the fans back in Boulder, right? Julian Hammond off to a much better start than his last time out. And you don't expect a guy like him to have 2 bad games in a row, right? I mean, he's been around college basketball for a long time. He's one of those guys that even when he has a bad game, you can trust him to bounce back.
Shot from the elbow. This one comes off, but a foul. As Benny Williams let it go.
Yeah, and right here, see, if you Mustafa Chum, you just say that's too much space for a guy like Julian Hammond. But again, if you Mustafa Chum, you want to make him go off over the top. You don't want him to drive around you and get to the rim and create plays. So kind of just a bad matchup for Chum in that scenario.
So free throws coming up here. Benny Williams at the line. Syracuse transfer misses his first attempt, and now a line change coming in for UCF. So the bench emptied. Debo Coleman into the game. Keyshawn Hall as well. Darius Johnson re-enters.
Yeah, well, and one of the things to watch for offense for Colorado is can they go inside to Elijah Malone and utilize their senior center. He's got a weight advantage on his matchup, Benny Williams, by about 50 pounds. So he's not only number 50, but he also outweighs his matchup by 50 pounds.
Also, BJ, a guy that you and I haven't talked a lot about, Mikey Williams, number 1, makes his first appearance tonight.
Yeah, I mean, a guy who's coming to UCF with a lot of hype and acclaim, big-time social media guys. You see right there, Julian Hammond, is feeling it tonight. But yeah, Williams is coming to UCF as one of the more popular players, having played with Bronny James and for LeBron James' AAU team Strive for Greatness in his prep years.
Williams gets into the lane. Mikey Williams will let it go. A lot of confidence in this young man. Benny Williams launches for 3. So 6'10", step outside, got that nice soft touch.
Yeah. I mean, and the important part about that was the extra effort plays, right? A second chance opportunity is only created by the offensive rebound.
Oh, late whistle comes that time as Williams was in defending on Elijah Malone.
You see right off the Mikey Williams miss. It's a great job from Debo Coleman to crash the boards and even create that second chance opportunity, right? The effort is what, you know, when we spoke with Coach Johnny Dawkins earlier today, he needs to see effort and he needs to see a team that's going to compete harder. Those are the kind of plays that show guys are competing. And right now, I love the fact that Colorado's not settling for outside shots. They're going to explore this matchup with Elijah Malone inside.
Here's Malone. That one got poked away. And we've got a foul as Hassan Jope tried to power it right back up behind him. That's a good 1-2 punch they've got down there with Jope and Malone, though.
No, absolutely, but you got to give credit to the guards for getting the ball down there to the bigs. It's a sign of a well-coached team, right? We know Tad Boyle's track record during his time at Colorado, and I mean, he has his team still playing winning basketball, right? A lot of times you see those matchups inside and guards settle for outside shots or try to make their own plays. No, they said, look, we have the mismatch inside. We're going to go inside to Jope and Elijah Malone.
There's some great stories on this Colorado roster, 2 of them right there. Jope on the left, Malone on the right. Jope came to the United States from Senegal. He was 14 years old, didn't speak a word of English, and he has done great things here. He actually went back to his home country for the first time since he arrived here in USA over the summer, BJ, and he is playing and achieving here in the United States for his family.
Absolutely. I mean, he's not a finished product, right? He's a guy who's going to continue to grow as a basketball player, as Mikey Williams is able to get a nice little mid-range spin jumper to go. But going back to Joe, the sky's the limit for him because he's not a finished product. He will continue to grow and become a better player.
And we got a legal screen this time. Elijah Malone and Williams. This is only the second field goal of Mikey Williams' career.
Yeah, and that's his sweet spot. He enjoys getting to a mid-range spot. That's got to feel good for him, right? A guy who hasn't seen as much time this year due to injury to start the year and then just being in a deep rotation of guards. It's got to feel good for Mikey Williams to get one to go through the hole.
Williams at one time, BJ, scored 77 points in one game in high school.
Yeah, that's outstanding in one regard, and then the other regard, I want to know who's playing defense that night.
With a high school clock, that's pretty tough to do. Well, not at 21, under 8 minutes now. Nice bounce pass. Malone can't finish though. Cham is right there with him. Kicked out. Yakimovsky will knock it down all night.
Again, inside-out basketball for the Buffs. And right there, see Yakimovsky, he's going to make that shot at a very, very high clip because it's a nice inside-out, easy shot for him.
Rattles in. Keyshawn Hall once again for UCF. So that's Hall's first field goal of the night.
A great find.
See the good crisp ball movement here from the Buffaloes. Poked away. Oh, bodied up that time. Hall gonna get whistled for the foul. We've had some big fellas knocking down threes here tonight, BJ Taylor.
Yeah, we're starting to get the scoring going. You're gonna see right here, Elijah Malone gets down and low, doesn't like his double team, doesn't like his matchup. Able to find his boy, Yakimovsky, for the triple. And on the other side, Keyshawn Hall says, hey, anything you can do.
Julian Hammond, a bright spot thus far for the Buffs.
Yeah, well, he's the guy that we knew was going to have to get it going for Colorado, especially here on the road, right? You need your senior guard to get it going, and that's what you expect from big-time players. Having come off one of his worst games of the season down there in Tempe, Arizona, you expected him to come out and play better tonight, and, you know, you like what you're seeing because this is an expanded role for him this season, right? Following a guy like KJ Simpson, who was not only one of the best guards in the Pac-12 a season ago, he was one of the best guards in all of college basketball, honestly, and that's why he's on a two-way contract right now with the Charlotte Hornets. So Julian Hammond's really had to step in and fill his shoes as that backcourt leader, and, you know, for the majority of the season, you got to give him credit. He's stepped up and embraced the challenge.
Had to really sit back, wait his turn.
Yeah.
Remember those days in college basketball,
when
waiting your turn?
And you just developed, right? You know, you were a freshman, maybe you played 15 minutes a game, and then sophomore year, you worked your way into a six-man, maybe a starter role, and then by your junior, senior year, you know, you were the man. Those days are long gone, Drew.
Safe to say.
Yeah, now thanks to the portal and, you know, the freedom of movement that these guys have and the options, some things are just left in the past.
Oh, how about the step back? Keyshawn Hall can't get it to fall. Good rebound there by Harrison Carrington, the sophomore who just checked in for Colorado. Here's Hammond trying to find a clean spot on the floor. Ajan Zope with 10 to shoot. Lots of switching going on here. Hammond able to punch it down low. Lots of traffic down there, and power right up. Jope doing a lot of dirty work down there right now. Well, the Colorado leading scorers from last year. Lots of firepower coming out of the Buffs program. I'm telling you, this program has produced some real nice talent.
Yeah, absolutely, and really none better than last season. We already touched on KJ Simpson, but Tristan Da Silva, you know, a first-round pick there for the Orlando Magic, a guy who's had a lot of success so far in this city, as he's had to step in and play big minutes with the injuries of Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. He's had no problem. You know, we spoke with Coach Boyle earlier today, and he just talked about how Tristan was always a guy that was prepared and ready for his opportunity. And that's exactly what he's been for the Magic.
And speaking of future NBA talent, Sebastian Ronchit just checked in, number 7, wearing the face guard for the Buffaloes, and he's the guy that Coach Boyle says certainly is going to have an NBA future.
Well, he has an NBA size frame, right? When you just look at his length and his size, he's got to put on a little weight. He's got to get stronger. But if he can get his skill set and his body right, he has that sort of length that the NBA goes for with 6'9", 6'8", guys that can play the point guard through the small forward position.
Yakimovsky will poke it away. And you saw the last few possessions. There are times when the Knights maybe try and isolate a little bit too much. There you take a look at Ron Cheek, those 6'9" out of Slovakia, averages 4 a game, but he's got the frame.
Yeah.
He's got all the potential.
Yeah, he's just got to broaden those shoulders up a little bit, put about 20 pounds on that body. But he's a smart player, knows what he's doing out there on the floor. And like I said, when you can be a positionless guy, that attracts the NBA more than anything.
Here's Malone. Can't put it in. Good defense that time by Chong. Oh, good hesitation, Ivy Curry with the left hand.
Yeah, just so good and so smart. He never looks rushed out there on the floor. Just knows where he wants to get.
Yakimovsky got the defender in the air.
Yeah, I would like to see Yakimovsky just let Ivy Curry fall on him, get to the free throw line for a couple.
Jay Smith punching it down. Malone again. Boy, Knights are all over Elijah Malone right now. And Chum is really giving him a hard time on the block.
Absolutely. Mustafa Chum right here. You see his activity, right? Watch. He's going to get his hands off. He's going to throw his hands. Chest. It's a good, smart reach. And again, body. Right? That's improvement for Mustafa Chum, who faced such a difficult matchup against Hunter Dickinson on Sunday.
Remember, too, Chum skipped a year of high school. Yes. He was reclassified, BJ. Yeah, he should be in his senior season in high school right now.
Absolutely. You can't understate how much of a difference that year would have made for him, but he's a guy whose head is always up, and he's extremely poised for a guy that's only 18 years old. Great backdoor cut from Smith.
Can't execute it much better than that. R.J. Smith.
Yeah, and Colorado runs good stuff. I mean, when they lift the floor 5 out like that, it puts a lot of pressure on the defense to defend. You got to apply great ball pressure, and you really have to make sure you're guarding your man one-on-one.
Nicely done by Keyshawn Hall, getting to the rim. When you got that quick first step, man, you can make wonders happen, can't you?
Yeah, and that's when a guy like Hall is at his best, when he's able to get downhill and get to the rim. Gets a little happy sometimes settling for those outside jumpers that were fouled by Dior Johnson inside against Dak. But watch this 5-out lift right here. You're going to see all 5 players for Colorado outside the three-point line. Now, Keyshawn Hall needs to apply ball pressure. And then right here, you're going to see as R.J. Smith comes up, Dior Johnson just overplays too much. Boom, quick backdoor. It's a great feed from the big up top. Action like that only works if you have big guys that can make those sort of passes on the perimeter. Colorado does.
Darius Johnson back into the game. Joke goes to the bench for Colorado. Back and forth here in this first half. If you're just joining us, UCF started out 0 for their first 10, but have found a way to recover and trail by just 4. There's the numbers on Doc so far this season.
And all in all, Colorado's done a good job on UCF defensively. It's really just been Jordan Ivy Curry with the 12 of the night, 28 points that has really caused them some issues.
Oh, Johnson lost it in a tough spot on the floor, just ran out of room, and it belonged to...
If I had been a junior or senior those years, there's no way I'm getting swept by Johnny Dawkins' group, but we know how incredible Coach Dawkins was as a player.
Danny Manning was a head coach at Tulsa and at Wake Forest. You've got Dawkins and Patrick Ewing, another Naismith Award winner that went on to be a collegiate head coach. Shot clock winding down here. 5 seconds. And that one is drilled. Oh, big time shot. And it's Bang got Dak. First time he has knocked one down tonight.
And I'll tell you what, if Bang got Dak and add that to his arsenal, becoming a consistent outside shooter, you want to talk about a guy with some potential to play at the next level. It's him, because, I mean, he's darn near 7 feet, Drew. I mean, and that's not exaggerating. You stand next to him, it's a tall guy. So if he can get that jump shot right, he's on to something.
Look at the college. What a run that was for Kansas. The Final Four was in Kansas City, I believe, that year as well. And Johnny Dawkins, man, oh man, tremendous NBA career he had as well. And what a guard he was at Duke.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely sensational. There's not enough superlatives to talk about how great he was. But you mentioned Larry Brown. And, you know, I caught Larry Brown at the end of his career when he was at SMU and he was coaching the Mustangs. And I mean, when I first got into college basketball, it was pretty much a foregone conclusion that SMU was going to win our league. They were just so well coached. And, you know, Larry Brown is one of those not talked about enough treasures in the coaching world.
And Tad Boyle, the head coach of Colorado, he and Danny Manning go back, way back to their playing days. And that's why they are reunited here. And Danny Manning, a huge asset he is on the bench for the Colorado Buffaloes in 2025. Good crossover dribble, trying to get to the rim. And we've got contact on the drive. So I mentioned the Naismith Award winners, BJ, that went on to be college head coach.
Reddick's definitely got to be one of them. You know, he was coached by Coach Dawkins at Duke. Figured it was him. Magic? Larry? There it is.
I know we're dating you.
I was going
BJ.
Michigan State, India. I was like, had to be Magic or Larry, right? Michigan State, Indiana State.
BJ Taylor coming through once again. A little history lesson here. So it'll be UCF ball. And Johnson here will inbound. And looks like a little discussion here. Officials, a nice flow in this game thus far. Jeffrey Anderson, Darren George, Deron White. Officiating this game here tonight. Ivy Curry, tried to get it to Chum. He wasn't expecting it. Now the big fella will turn. Can't finish, but again, contact.
Looks like they're going to get got Dak for just getting Mustafa Chum there on the arm on his way up. But we have to highlight how well Colorado's played offensively here tonight. I mean, 56% from the field, shooting a good percentage from the three-point line, right? Only 6 turnovers. This is a good first half of basketball for the Colorado Buffaloes. Much improved, you know, from the weekend against Arizona State.
Safe to say, though, overall, that 37% from the floor going to have to improve for UCF to stay in this game late.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in their first conference win against Texas Tech, it was the offense that really propelled them to victory that afternoon. And for the last 3 halves of basketball, going back to this weekend, you know, the offense just hasn't been running at the same efficiency as it was earlier this season.
2 minutes left to play in the first half. Free throw story. Colorado has shot 16 in this first half.
Risky pass right there from Ranchik.
Yakimovsky, he has been looking for his drive. Denied this time. Now it's Johnson. Inside, Keyshawn Hall can't make his move.
That's a brick wall down there with Elijah Malone. There's no going through him. There's only going around him.
Shot taken. And comes off, a little short. Hammond with the board.
He's got a mismatch inside, too. It's too quick right there from Hammond. Again, right, you see the length. If you're Yakimovsky, you got to go with something more nifty than this. Big fella beat that up with both hands. Watch him get it with the right, and he says, I'll get it with the left, too. Blocked it with the right, brought the rebound down with the left. It's like you back in your high school days, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Ivy Curry can't put in another. Just over a minute now. Hammond dishes this one off. Malone, he has been a marked man for the UCF defense. And they're going to get him here with the foul. Oh, wow.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I'd have to take another look at this one, Drew. I'm not really sure. You see as Ivy Curry knocks the ball loose right here. He's going to swipe down. And he just grabs the arm of Ivy Curry. Yeah. Just a frustration foul.
So Malone will come out of the game here. And that is a call that Tad Boyle did not like whatsoever.
Well, you couldn't, from Coach Boyle's angle over there in the box, you couldn't really see what happened.
Sure.
But when you get a second look at it, you see Elijah Malone just clearly grab the arm of Jordan Ivy Curry.
Only his second foul, so not quite in foul trouble as we slowly get ready for half number 2. Knights locking in defensively. R.J. Smith, couple steps behind the three-point line. Ivy Curry able to track it down.
Well, that's the guy they want to get looks from the outside, and then not a good foul right there in the back court from Sebastian Ronci. Just no need. For Colorado, you played a great first half, right? You're taking control on the road, taking the crowd out of it. You know, you don't want to make silly fouls like they're doing here late in the half to let the Knights back into it.
So golden opportunity for the Knights here to close the gap even more. Jordan Ivy Curry, UCF the third college he has attended in his prep career. University of Texas San Antonio, also Pacific. Great work at both of those schools, and UCF getting him as a seasoned fifth-year guard here in the Big 12.
Yeah, and I think he's one of the best scorers in this league. Now, his aggression isn't always there like it needs to be, but as we've seen here early in this game, when he comes out with that motor, yeah, he's one of the toughest guys to guard in the backcourt.
Colorado will call timeout here. They want to talk things over. Johnny Dawkins' team will do the same. That is going to be an adjustment for sure.
But that's where we're at now, right? I mean, the ACC's all over the place. You got Virginia Virginia Tech going out to Cal, and you know, Big Ten, you got USC going over to Rutgers. So these cross-country road trips are just getting more and more common with conference realignment.
Hammond, solid first half. He's got 8 points. This one's going to come up short, though. And lots of fouls called here in the past 10 minutes. We got another one.
Well, that's just a nice job right there of Job wedging his way. You see Julian Hammond go up for the shot. He got him on the right arm there. Whenever the basketball doesn't spin out of a player's hands, a lot of times the officials call it a foul because it just looks bad.
So Hammond now at the line, and Colorado, they had a battle with Iowa State in their second attempt to take down the Hawkeyes, and Hammond put up 21 in that game. This guy is a gamer here at the line. So a quick check in here. It'll be Carrington coming on, replacing Julian Hammond. So 14 seconds here to work with for UCF. Darius Johnson, a little bit quiet, just 2 points here in the first half for the Knights. He'll take it himself. Nicely done.
Yeah, good action right there from Johnny Dawkins.
Long heave to bring us to the end of the first half. 37-34. A sec throughout this entire game. There's your leading scorers. Hammond with 10. The only guy in double figures for the Buffs. 14 again for Ivy Curry. That is a nice little jump hook in the lane by Joe.
Yeah, that is so good, and that's something that this Colorado team practices day in and day out. We saw them go through this and shoot around. They just continue to work on that little short duck-in pass to the big.
Keyshawn Hall can't connect on the three. This Colorado team, very talented, very long on the inside. Elijah Malone just with 2 points. The big fella underneath trying to get going for the Buffs. Chum has had him guarded like a blanket thus far. Here's Yakimowski teeing off. That is a deep three.
It is, and he's feeling good. I mean, Yakimowski, like we said, he's a guy, his percentage does not tell the story of how good of a shooter he is.
Darius Johnson tries to answer with a teardropper. Well, these threes, sometimes they go as high as I think any player I've ever seen.
His do. He shoots the ball to the rafters and hope it comes down into the rim. And this season, oftentimes it has. You know, we were always taught to shoot the ball with just a moderate amount of arc. Not Darius Johnson. He's going to shoot that ball as high as he needs to.
Punch it down low now to Hassan Joe. Great cut. And the finish by Hammond. Love the passing, too, from Joe. He's got a great eye, doesn't he?
He really does. And he has a great feel for where his teammates are going to end up when they cut, right? He has the basketball back to the basket. He's not looking to score. He's looking to find a cutting teammate.
Knights now on the drive. Leave it off. This is Chom. Mid-range shot comes off, and R.J. Smith now controls. 7-point game, just underway here, half number 2. Hammond, and contact. That's going to be an offensive foul. Wave it off.
Yeah, Julian Hammond just didn't need to lower the shoulder right there into Debo Coleman. He already had him beat. Honestly, bailed Coleman out, because if he had just went up into his little floater right there, he would have finished the play.
Turnover story. This is just the 3rd meeting ever between these two schools. Not a lot of basketball history. Great to see them both here in the Big 12.
And again, I mean, that goes back to conference realignment, right? We're seeing a lot of matchups that you didn't see traditionally in the college games, for the past 2 or 3 decades. You're getting those now.
Yakimovsky with the lay-in, and Colorado starting to really get into the groove. Their largest lead tonight, 9 points.
With the dissolving of the Pac-12 conference, that's what you get, right? I mean, 4 of the teams went into the Big Ten as Jordan Ivy Curry continues to roll in the second half. 4 teams went to the Big Ten, 3 or 4 went to the Big 12, and then Cal and Stanford are now in the ACC. So we're getting some of these different matchups, and I think it's good for the game, right? I think fans enjoy seeing some of these new matchups. They obviously want their traditional rivalries, but if you can throw those in.
How about that move by the big fella, Elijah Malone?
Yeah, he's tough to deal with. Right, he's not just big and strong, but he's mean, and then he has a bit of nifty agility. Mustafa Chum says, "I got one for you too, brother."
How about the youngster going right at the 5th-year senior Malone?
Well, and the thing with that, when Chum does, he has to take that bump from Elijah Malone, right? Typically, when Elijah Malone throws that chest, other opposing bigs get off balance. Not Mustafa Chum that time, played strong.
A foul going to be called. Deron White making the call. Student section not going to agree with that one, but watch Elijah here, this footwork.
Yeah, it's actually funny. Elijah Malone uses his quickness to spin off of the typically quicker Mustafa Chum, and then right here, Mustafa Chum used a little bit of strength to take the bump and finish through the contact. A little role reversal for these guys.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that would be their bread and butter. Another great shot by Julian Hammond, really starting to find his spots on the floor.
Yeah.
Remember, he had no points, a 0, a goose egg against Arizona State in their last outing.
Yeah, well, and again, tonight already 9 shot attempts on the game. He only attempted 7 against Arizona State. There's something to be said about having an off game. That happens. But if you're Julian Hammond, you've got to be aggressive no matter what. He shouldn't go 0 for 7 in the game. If he's gonna go, he needs to go 0 for 13, 0 for 14. He needs to see if he can get himself going, and then that's just great balance, right? To come off into that shot, no Mustafa Chum can't challenge you in the mid-range area. That's why he has to be aggressive on the floor.
When you watch a Tad Boyle team, they play a lot of that old school sets. It comes from some of the great Larry Brown and what was learned back in the day.
Yeah, but they run great action to get their players moving, right? So right there, you see Julian Hammond receive the basketball. He's already on the move. It's so much harder as a defender to stop a guy once his momentum is already going in 1 or 2 directions. Coach Tad Boyle does a great job of drawing up those sort of sets.
6-point lead here for the Buffaloes. Checking into the game here, Trevor Baskin, the 6'9" player. Yakimovsky starting out red hot here. Second half, R.J. Smith. Reverse layup attempt. This one comes off, and now here comes UCF.
Yeah, some great closeouts for the Knights on that defensive possession. Closed out once, closed out twice. Terrific challenge at the rim.
Keyshawn Hall goes to the spin cycle. That one was swatted in the air by Doc.
So lanky out there, isn't he? I mean, he just gets to basketballs that you wouldn't expect him to get to.
Yakimovsky, oh, he drills it.
Got to get him off the line, plain and simple. Yakimovsky shooting the ball with extreme confidence here tonight in Orlando.
So Yakimovsky now with 14 points. Colorado filling it up here to start half number 2. Andre Yakimovsky for 3.
Done a great job with the Magic, and the front office of that group, Jeff Weltman, John Hammond, and those guys picked a great one. Picked a really good one, from Tristan Da Silva.
And Mosley's also got some CU pedigree as well. Darius Johnson UCF organized here. Out of the timeout, a little step back. That's a tough shot over the long arms that time of Bengot Doc.
Yeah, that's not the guy you want to challenge shooting over.
This is a mismatch, but he loses the basketball.
If he can put on a little more strength, just about 10 pounds of muscle, it'll change his whole game. Right now, he's just not strong enough in the lower body to really be a force at the rim.
Free throws when we come back. 53-44, 14-38. Second half here in Orlando.
A good job of finding him, but he's been ready to get his feet set and let it go. He's really one of those guys that if you're a young kid watching at home, you should emulate his shooting form because he has a good base underneath him and he always holds his follow through. And like we mentioned, if you look at his percentage coming into the night, it would not blow you away, but when you watch him release the basketball, his shooting percentage is only going to continue on an uptick as Big 12 play continues.
Came to Colorado from Washington State, had that big game winner against UConn and Maui earlier this season. Andre, tremendous skill for the grad student. And now at UCF at the line. Debo Coleman, first free throw good. Some tremendous talent on this Colorado team. I'm telling you, BJ, I'm impressed by just the vast array of skills that we are seeing.
When they have a lot of length and size right at the forward positions, right? I mean, you look at Trevor Baskin, 6'9" forward. Sebastian Ronsiek, 6'9". Andre Yakimovsky, 6'8" forward. Right? They got a lot of length out there with these guys, and we know what Bengot Dak has. So a lot of guys, they should be much more difficult to score against than they sometimes are with all that length.
Ivy Curry can't connect on the three after getting a steal. Fans really wanted that one to go down. Here's Doc, teeing one up. Oh my!
Yeah, Drew, that's dangerous. That is dangerous, man. If that young guy can add that to his arsenal, and I'm not saying he needs to shoot 4 or 5 of those a game, but if he can become a consistent 35-40% three-point shooter, yeah, he'll be playing basketball for a long time.
Here he is again, and Ivy Curry with the interception. Oh, a trip that time. They may take another look at this.
Yeah.
If that was potentially intentional. Let's take a look at the three.
You see right here, gets into a hesitation pull-up, isn't rushing it, on balance, knocks it down, and blows a kiss for the triple. Says, take that. I think he's showing out because Tristan's in the house, obviously. I think he's trying to put on a little bit for Tristan da Silva. I'm not going to lie to you.
So 10-point lead here for the Buffaloes. In control right now of the Knights.
Great hands.
On the Knights' home court. This ball retrieved by Curry. 10 to shoot. Johnson looking for an opening.
Great job clogging that gap from Trevor Baskin.
And he traveled, moved that pivot foot.
Give all the credit on that possession defensively to Trevor Baskin for being in the gap. Darius Johnson wanted to attack that little seam. Trevor Baskin, again, 6'9", right? His arms, when he's standing at the middle of the free throw line at the nail, are stretching over to that elbow. It's a lot of length.
Yeah, clearly right now the length causing ultra problems for this night's offense.
Yeah, and that's why Colorado, like I just mentioned, should be one of the better defensive teams in the Big 12. I mean, right now they're averaging up over 70 points per game, which puts them in the bottom 5. I'd like to see them be a little bit better defensively.
Punch it down low. See the big man going to work down there, Elijah Malone. That's been a fun matchup tonight to watch. Chum versus Malone. And Johnson frustrated.
Yeah, and again, this is where the leadership comes in, right? This is where it's going to be tested. He's frustrated, okay? This is where being a point guard, you have got to always keep your emotions in check. You have always got to show strength. You have always got to show that you are the guy that the team will follow. You are always the captain of the ship, and the ship will go where you steer it.
Hammond now operating. In traffic. Malone can't put it back in. Missed a bunny right there, but able to win the rebound. And this is going to be a backcourt.
But that's okay if you're Colorado, right? It's a dead ball turnover, and that doesn't allow UCF to get out and run in transition, right? A lot of times I think, fans think all turnovers are created equal, right? Those live ball ones are a lot tougher to deal with because those lead to 2-on-1 fast breaks, 3-on-2s, things like that. Those dead ball ones gives Colorado a chance to set up their defense.
All right, BJ, UCF has not scored a field goal here in the last 3.5 minutes. Yeah. Where do you go to get a bucket here?
Well, right now, UCF's going to this motion offense, and they really don't have an identity for what they're trying to get done, right? So it's dribble drive action, and then allow a guy like Darius Johnson to make a play, and that works from time to time. But if I'm the Knights, I want to see them get a little bit more screening in there, right? They don't screen a ton at times, and screening is one of the only ways in basketball. It's like blocking in football to free up, offensive players. So whether that staggers away, Drew, whether that's on-ball screens, right? Use that a little bit more to create some sort of separation.
Ball poked away. Trevor Baskin, a little indecisive that time. Let's take another look at the play by Darius Johnson.
Yeah, and this is a matchup he likes. He has the bigger Yakimovsky on him, right? So he's a smart ball fake, and he's capable of creating those plays. We've seen him do it, time and time again throughout his 4-year career, but sometimes those are challenging when that's what you rely on as the number one, sort of option for creating offense. Those are tough plays for any player to make consistently.
Yep. Punch it down low, and this one's going to get away again. You see Malone trying to post up down there. And this time, a good job, Benny Williams, and on the play for UCF. The turnover story, Colorado with 14, and if they want to be a team that contends in the month of March, that number's got to come down.
Yes, and that's why their defensive numbers are not as good as they could be, because when you turn the ball over, it allows teams to get out and run and get those easy baskets. And Colorado again tonight, if it wasn't for their 14 turnovers, I mean, the Knights would be looking at probably 38, 40 points in this game.
Darius Johnson misfires. Heard the moan from the crowd. R.J. Smith now around Cheek. Can't power it up.
See if he can come play. You put a ringer in, he puts a ringer in.
Some great players have worn that Colorado uniform here recently. How about Johnson coming out of timeout, getting the ball back for his team. Keyshawn Hall now goes to work.
And again, it's the turnovers for Colorado leading to Knights buckets.
And now some tempo here. Traveling called.
Right here, you see Yaki Moses just trying to force the ball down inside. Trevor Baskin, great effort from Darius Johnson to come up with the steal. And this is when Keyshawn Hall's really at his best. When he's out in transition and he can use his frame and his size to finish at the cup, that's when he is most efficient. Sometimes in the half court, things get a little tricky.
Jolt of energy here by the Knights. Jordan Ivy Curry goes to his left. Not much room there. Dishes it off.
You see how the way Colorado's swarming the paint, though?
For three! Ivy Curry knocks down another. He's got 20 points tonight.
A great poise inside right there from J.J. Taylor on that last possession to not get sped up. Find Ivy Curry for the triple now. Can Colorado weather this wave? We're starting to feel this UCF crowd getting into it a little bit.
Lead cut to three. Malone has it poked away. Knights can pull to within one or possibly tie it. Oh, traveling called. Oh, tough break there for J.J. Taylor.
Great job right here. Ivy Curry gets to the paint, and this is a shot that he could have forced up right here. He could have tried to get one off, but he's patient. J.J. Taylor, patient as well. Benny Williams finds Ivy Curry for the triple.
Love that, though. Yep. Everybody touching the basketball there, BJ. That's what Knights, they need more of.
Yeah, they need that poised attack in the paint, right? Everything doesn't have to be rushed. Throwing some up at the rim. Driving kick for a teammate.
Give it to Malone. He has it swatted away.
5-on-4 for UCF. They have the numbers.
Crowd ready to explode here in Orlando. It's Williams going hard. He's denied by Jope. So Colorado right now, they have not scored in the last 340.
Yeah, well, and then this is where you have to go to Julian Hammond, right? I'd like to see them go on a ball, to put him in a ball screen so he can make a play. And then right here, I'm not sure if Elijah Malone wanted to dunk this basketball or just put it up over the rim, but Benny Williams wasn't having it either way.
Well, they keep feeding the big man, and he gets it to go this time. Yeah. Uses that big body and one.
Yeah. And there you go. That's what you do if you're Elijah Malone, right? Use that big 6'10", 270-pound frame to get Benny Williams off balance, right? You can see right here, watch this bump. Boom dribble, gets Benny Williams completely off balance, moves him off his spot, and then there's nothing Keyshawn Hall can do when Elijah Malone is that close to the rim.
When he catches that deep, it's good night.
Yeah, well, he just moved Benny Williams back about 3-4 feet on that first pound dribble. You know, nothing you're doing with that big fella. You got to stop him from receiving the basketball if you don't want him to score that low.
So good job underneath here by Keyshawn Hall. He has come alive. This crowd has as well. Under 10 minutes to play. Drew Felios, B.J. Taylor, UCF Knights. They've trailed for most of this game, and the jumper goes down. Hall right now feeding off this crowd, and the lead cut to 2. Look at the turnover story in the second half for the Buffs. They've got 9 of them, and Taylor's going to be called silly foul that time.
Right here, this is Keyshawn Hall being a basketball player, right? Gonna give him that much space. Hassan Jope's not gonna come out there. He likes it, right? You know, one of the things that Johnny Dawkins has been preaching to his players for a long time is if you like your look, take your look. It's exactly what Keyshawn Hall does. Great action. Oh, caught a moving screen on R.J. Smith right there. I don't know. So they were headed to a nice action, a little up screen to get Elijah Malone closer to the rim. You're gonna see right here, number 5, Elijah Malone sets this screen. That's fine. And then right here, yeah, I mean, honestly, I would let that go. I know they don't like to see players get outside their cylinder on screens, but that happens, you know, 6-7 times a game. It doesn't get called.
All right, chance to tie here for the Knights. Keyshawn Hall, he is feeling it right now. Lots of dribbling, but draws the contact on Jope. So there are times, especially in this Johnny Dawkins offense, the player is feeling it. He's got that green light. Well, and you clearly see that right now with Hall.
Yeah, and when that's the dependency that somebody, you know, kind of gets it going for the Knights. You see right now, you see it's just kind of isolation ball for Keyshawn Hall.
This one doesn't go down, fighting for the rebound, unsuccessful. And there you saw Coleman. We've got more contact down low. Oh, getting really physical down there. And UCF going to be called for the foul again. Johnson is shaken up.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see right here, got Darius Johnson tangled up with Hassan Jope. Looked like Hassan Jope may have extended the elbow, but a very, very emphatic call right there from Darren White. If we got another look, I mean, he really let it be known that the foul was against Darius Johnson.
Well, will we see Jeffrey Anderson go over to the scorer's table here, take a look at the monitor?
Yeah.
The previous play is under review.
Well, and got to keep in mind, the foul was called against Darius Johnson, but can't get another foul right behind it because, you know, one foul was already called.
Right guy at the line for the Knights, Ivy Curry. Johnson will take a seat here. and get a breath before the stretch run.
And both teams right there, I mean, that essentially worked out as about a 4 or 5 minute timeout for both teams.
This is the first tie, BJ, since it was 24 all early in the first half.
Yeah.
So a long uphill climb here for the Knights. They're finally at the mountaintop.
Yeah. But I mean, again, just thinking about it as a player, I mean, that's huge. That time right there to catch your breath and get your win, and the ball should definitely be
And
going
now
UCF's
confusion.
way.
Who's supposed to take it out of bounds? UCF did not know. And that's where, without Johnson on the floor, sometimes things get a little confusing.
Yeah, well, that was a complex sequence right there for our crew, right? Jeffrey Anderson, Darren George, and Darren White. I mean, common foul, a flagrant foul, and you got to replace a player who got substituted out to shoot the flagrant free throw. So
Keyshawn Hall has not missed a beat. And this is UCF's first lead since it was 15-14 back at the 11-minute mark. A 14-2 run for the Knights here on their home floor.
Yeah, been a real struggle for Colorado here offensively in the second half. The Knights doing a better job applying pressure in the full court.
Hammond, the bread and butter tonight for the Buffs.
And that's the guy that, right, he's got to be the run killer. As a point guard, it's not about how much you score. A lot of times it's about when you score. Julian Hammond's got to make sure he's controlling this game for Colorado down the stretch.
He's got 16. Hall goes to the 10 hard. And more contact. Elijah Malone going to be whistled this time. Well, a couple players here going to the goal consecutively.
Yeah, Keyshawn Hall, the lefty forward, starting to get it going. Great finish right there at the rim. And then Julian Hammond finishing at the cup. We got a good one, Drew. Tie game down the stretch. The hidden sleeper, West Virginia. Coach DeVries comes over from Drake after a number of conference championships in that league, and now he has West Virginia playing top 25 caliber basketball. So watch out for the West Virginia Mountaineers. They are back.
Second year for the UCF Knights here in the Big 12 Conference. Their sophomore season of play in this league. And continuing to make strides. 1 point lead for the Knights. Field goal story. First half and second half. Colorado efficient offensively tonight, and that's a nice put in there. Andre Yakimovsky, he has gotten his shots here tonight.
Such a good cutting team, and just such a nice job of running actions to get guys easy looks. Right there, just upstream to get Yakimovsky a finish at the rim.
Chom up top. Oh, held it too long atop the key. Oh, now a foul as Debo Coleman tried to reach in. It looked like, though, that Baskin was a little out of control that time, but didn't get the benefit of the doubt.
Well, here's what you got to do in that situation, Drew. Catch the ball with two hands. All right, you're trying to catch the ball and dribble it at the same time. Now you allow, again, you're going to keep retain possession of the basketball, but if you catch that basketball with two, now you can be strong when you put it down, have a chance to go finish the play.
Baskin tries to thread the needle right there. Active UCF hands force another turnover. Coleman will fire. Oh, yes. How about Debo stepping out?
Debo Coleman is always ready for the moment. Whether he gets 30 minutes a game or 10 minutes a game, he's always ready. And bang, Julian Hammond with the answer.
Hammond right between the eyes that time. It's safe to say he is back after the goose egg against Arizona State.
Yeah.
Here's Hall. Reverse layup. Deflected. And we've got a foul, so it's going to be a free throw situation here for Keyshawn Hall. How about this pass attempt?
Yeah, this is a great idea. Just an inaccurate pass right there from Baskin leads to the run out for the Knights. Great job of Jordan Ivy Curry to find Debo Coleman for that transition triple. And then right here, Julian Hammond just says, you know what? If you're going to be hesitant on how you're going to guard me under the screen, over the screen, I'll shoot your face off. Big time shot.
So Trevor Baskin just picked up his fourth personal foul. They'll replace him. Hassan Jope comes in for Tad Boyle. Coach Boyle didn't have a lot to go on with this UCF blowout on Sunday. He said, I threw out that tape, BJ. It was not an accurate assessment of the way the Knights were going to play here tonight. He had to look at the game
Yeah, the Texas
before.
Tech game. Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, that was really the only tape to assess. Because he was absolutely right. And that was one of the questions we had. Is like, as a coach, can you really take much from a game like that? And he's like, nope. Just got to watch the Texas Tech game.
Hammond, the offensive leader. Wide open is Doc. Oh, great pump fake.
Whew.
That is smooth.
That is smooth.
So trading leads here.
I mean, that's a 6'11", power forward / center throwing a ball fake at 21 feet. It's nice.
Darius Johnson left open. Another teardrop three.
Miscommunication right there from Colorado. No one had Darius Johnson. Takes advantage of the opportunity.
We've got a shootout late here in Orlando. Traveling called. R.J. Smith, little indecisive.
Right here, I mean, look, this is a 6'11" center now here, guys. I mean, going one dribble pull-up into a midi, and then right here you're going to see Yakimovsky and Hassan Jope just don't know who has Darius Johnson. They didn't know if they wanted to switch or stay. Darius Johnson takes advantage of his look.
2-point game, nip and tuck. Johnson feeling it right now, to the goal.
Great play, taking advantage of the bigger defender. Likes his matchup, goes at him.
R.J. Smith tonight at the rim. It is rocking here at Edition Financial Arena. Here's Ivy Curry. Crowd would have absolutely erupted had that gone down.
The lid was ready to come off this place. Jordan Ivy Curry knocks down that triple in transition. But right here, a great job of Darius Johnson just recognizing he got a bigger, slower defender on him. Yakimovsky's too late, rotating over. A smart play by Darius Johnson.
Near travel there. Coach Boyle wants to talk about things on the Colorado sideline. How about the leader, Darius Johnson, of this team? 3 for the Knights. See if Colorado can answer once again. Julian Hammond. Guarded tightly here by Keyshawn Hall. Not a little too cute that time, but again, we're going to have a whistle.
Good action, though. A little flare screen into a ball screen. Allows Smith to attack. And the important thing to watch, Drew, now any foul that happens, both teams will be shooting free throws for the remainder of the game. So this is one of those situations where, hey, look, drive, get a foul, free throw line, right? You don't necessarily have to even have a shooting foul or put the ball in the hole to have an opportunity to put points on the board. Got to take advantage of that.
So 4th foul called on Keyshawn Hall. And Hammond right where he feels most comfortable at the line. Always love the antics of the student body here.
Absolutely.
In Knights country. 2-point game. Could not have asked for anything more here on this Wednesday night.
No, I mean, you can't, understate the implications of this game, right? UCF has to protect home court if they want to be a team that contends for a top half of the league spot in the Big 12. And if you're Colorado, you never want to start league play 0-3, right? This is big. It's a big game for both teams.
Hall, again, that quick first step, dishes it out. Open shot off the dribble. Comes off long. So Julian Hammond leading the charge here. 21 points tonight. Takes it into overdrive. He was fouled.
Yep, just a great attack right there from Hammond. There's an outstanding feel for when to go and when to slow, right? He knows where he wants to get to on the floor out there. In these last 4 minutes of this game, he's going to have to be hyper-aggressive.
So the senior answering the bell. He is 1 point from tying this game.
And one of the best things about him, and a guy like this who has the ball so much in his hands late in the game, 93% free throw shooter, right? Virtually automatic at the stripe.
Joe comes back in. And Askin goes to the bench for Colorado. So now we're going to see some pressure here from the Buffs. So the Buffaloes have answered. Knotted at 71. Keyshawn Hall again sees the opening, takes it, can't finish. Extra pass, 3 on the way. Not there.
It's the length Bang got Dak once again.
R.J. Smith. Knight's able to survive that sequence. And now timeout. Coach Dawkins, good call right there. Settle everybody down with 3:25 to play. So, buckle up. It's going to be quite a finish. Darius Johnson and UCF. Can they get a big win here at home against Colorado? We're going to find out next. Sometimes I still think I'm 16 years old again, even though my career is not even a fraction of what yours was. Here is Johnson going to that left hand. It's knocked out of bounds, and Colorado will have the basketball here. It's just such a great game, BJ.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like when things are going well for your team, the crowd's going nuts playing this great game of basketball.
Oh, it's the best game in the world, man. Nothing like the energy you get from the crowd out there on the floor. And now down the stretch, we know this ball is going to be in Julian Hammond's hands, right? He's going to be the one to make all the decisions and make pretty much every play for the Buffs.
Hammond, the floater goes down and one.
Yeah, that's big time. That's big time, young man. When they know you're the guy that's going to have the ball and you can still make plays, you are that dude. Great job right there. Gets Ivy Curry off balance. Right here, look at this little shift. Rejects the screen. And over the outstretched hands of Chum, no problem.
So Julian Hammond bouncing back after scoring no points against Arizona State on Saturday. A gutsy performance tonight here on the road. And a 3-point lead for the Buffaloes with 3 minutes to go. And this is his season and career high, 26 points.
That's how you bounce back, right?
Wow.
That's how you expect a senior guard with his skill level to bounce back. Now let's see if Darius Johnson has an answer.
Johnson finds the opening. Oh, looks like he had a lane, just could not get the angle.
Yeah, that's a tough switch hand finish right there in the paint. He's capable of making that play, but that's far from easy to convert.
Crowd will try to inspire the Knights here. Colorado hoping for win number 10 of the season.
You got to defend the Julian Hammond ball screen, Drew.
He checked that time, comes off. Buffalo's also looking for their first Big 12 win of 2024-2025. Hall leaves it short. Oh, that's a
late
really
call.
Lucky call.
Yeah, that was late. Do I think it was a foul? Yes, I do. But that was definitely a late whistle.
So it's going to be on Doc.
You see right there, the little left to right crossover that he loves, and I don't know about that. I don't know. I think that was definitely one of those where the fall led to the foul call. If you watch, see the way Keyshawn Hall falls, it looks like a more violent play. And I believe it actually was. Keyshawn Hall got away with one.
Keyshawn Hall had 12 points against Kansas. He was the only guy in double figures on Sunday. So it stays a 2-point game. And UCF will have to dig in here defensively. Yeah, 2 minutes.
Jordan Ivy Curry, you want to deny Julian Hammond the ball. See, everything's going to run through him. If you can make it harder for him to receive the basketball.
Hammond lobs it up, gets it back, throws it away. Opportunity now 3-on-2. Keyshawn Hall lost it. Ivy Curry chases it down.
22nd turnover and counting for the Colorado Buffs. Got to take care of the orange.
Johnson asks for the clear out. Tries to get the defender in the air, couldn't do it again. Got to the rim, just couldn't finish it, and now a scramble for the loose ball.
Got to jump. Got to jump. Johnny Dawkins was calling for a timeout, but we got to jump. Possession arrow maintains a UCF possession. Yeah, I mean, you just look at this right here. Van got Dak so lengthy, does a great job of keeping his body off of Darius Johnson, doesn't go for the ball fake, doesn't bump him, doesn't reach, doesn't come down with the arms. That's textbook.
So Johnson trying to will his team late. He's got 17 points. Ivy Curry, the leader, with 22. Here's Jordan Ivy Curry. He's the one who got UCF going early in this game. Keyshawn Hall tries to do it himself. Baskin on him. Hall powers it up.
Yep.
2 shots.
Exactly what we talked about with Bangat staying down and not going for the up fake. Right here, Keyshawn Hall just going isolation ball one-on-one against Baskin. Watch him get him off his feet a little bit. Just that little jump. That's all you need. Yep.
Tadbull thought it was good defense. And here now, Keyshawn Hall at the line. With that smooth stroke. He started earlier this year, that Texas Tech game, a couple games ago. 9 of 9 from the floor. He can fill it up when he is hot. Look out. 2 big ones. Here we go, BJ. Timeout one more time for the Buffs. 74 apiece with 1:05 to go. It's been a busy day here in Orlando. We had a rocket launch earlier today. I was driving down University, BJ. I thought I saw a UFO until our producer, Greg Pike, reminded me that, yes, Drew, calm down. That was a planned launch earlier today.
Yeah, Drew, you know, for those of us who are Florida natives, or at least Orlando Central Florida natives, we know a rocket when we see one. You really thought it was a UFO?
I stopped the car. I was trying to take pictures.
You thought you were going to send something into Area 52 or something, huh?
Yes.
It's okay. It's okay. Area 51. It's okay.
How about Julian Hammond, the night that he has had here tonight?
Yeah.
Just finding his groove from the start, inside, outside, doing it all.
Yeah, and the best part of what I like, he was aggressive, but he didn't force anything, right? Everything we're seeing him get, these aren't challenging shots for him. It's him probing, reading the defense, getting good looks and good opportunities for himself. See right here, not rushed, no crazy tempo, just, oh, gonna go into my screen, I got it. And then right there, again, change of pace dribble, gets into his patented floater. Been exceptional tonight for the boys from Boulder.
A career high for him on 8 of 13 shooting. BJ talked about how Julian waited his turn. KJ Simpson, a great player, learned from one of the best, and now it is his show. And that is the benefit when you stick with one program. You can do the transfer thing, but when you stick with one, the payoff is going to be there.
Absolutely, because the coach trusts you. He knows who you are, and he knows what you bring to the table. And right now, the Knights have come out into a 2-3 zone, trying to show a little different look to Colorado. Really trying to negate whatever Coach Boyle drew up in the huddle. Now it's back to man-to-man.
R.J. Smith now operating for Colorado. Baskin, baseline. Yakimovsky tries to get inside. Wild shot, comes off. Right back up. Tip no good. Knights have it. Contact and a foul.
Yep.
So just the defensive possession that UCF needed, and I believe Trevor Baskin is going to foul out here.
Yep. Trevor Baskin right there, just no need to go for that reach. I mean, you talk about 2 or 3 attempts at the rim here. I mean, Bangat has one look. Trevor Baskin and Yakimovsky underneath the rim, just unable to get it to go. I know Trevor Baskin's going to fight for a jump ball right there, but it's been made for them. Debo Coleman at the free throw line. 76% free throw shooter on the season. And it's not the announcer's jinx. We're not doing this.
He's one of the loudest voices in the locker room, one of the real leaders of this team. Big opportunity here to give the Knights the lead. 1 of 2.
Look.
Everybody on the edge of their seat, but nobody really is sitting.
No chance. Timeout from Coach Boyle, going to look to draw something up now. What he asked Julian Hammond is going to make a play.
That was Colorado's last timeout. They don't have any more.
And once again, you're seeing the zone show from the Knights. Does it stay zone, or does it turn to a man-to-man? That impacts whatever Colorado is going to run and look to execute.
See the 4 seconds separating shot and game clock. Hammond running out of options. Yakimovsky.
This is the guy.
4 to shoot. Hammond off balance. Not even close. Suffocating defense by the Knights. And now the officials discussing what should we put the clock at.
Yeah, ball never touches the rim, and this possession really never got off the ground. Just, you're gonna see right here, him was trying to draw a foul, wasn't nothing there, and ball doesn't touch rim, goes out with 4 seconds.
Just 4 seconds to work with here for UCF. They've got a 1-point lead. Colorado gonna have to foul if they do not come up with a steal. Knights have got to get it inbounds. Timeout going to be called. No, a 5-second violation.
Yeah. I saw Keyshawn Hall want the timeout, but I never saw the official grant him the timeout, and he began to just walk off the line. So if you watch Keyshawn Hall here, he's going to turn for the timeout, but the official, he never really grants him the timeout. He already called a 5. There's already a 5 call. This is going to be Colorado basketball with 4 seconds.
Johnny Dawkins cannot believe it. Underneath, Malone for the win. It's blocked. UCF wins.